It's also kind of like when you go to like go cliff jumping and all of a sudden you're nervous because you look down, but it's like the second you jump, you're committed and you feel better. Once you're committed, the nervousness is just a waste of my time. So it was like, we went from like, okay, we're going to wear this. Okay, now we're going to switch. And it was like, this is where you either get comfortable or you waste your time. So.
Right. And for somebody who hasn't shot with us, we do the most risque stuff up front.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like I'll warm up with people in their sweats and that. And I'm sure you were wearing your sweats.
Yeah,
I
had like a pair of sweats on and a jacket. None of it matched. I came in looking a hot mess. So, and it was great because you were like, look how good this picture looks with all those colors, even though you're in your sweatpants. Yeah. And I was like, well, if you can make that look good, let's do whatever. Because I'm excited to see the rest. Yeah.
Well, and that's funny because like I tried to just like, hey, look, we're just going to jump into this. Like there's no, like, be as scared as you want to be, but like, we need to just like get this out of the way. And it's like, okay, like, let's do it. And then like, usually people are like nervous for a little bit and then pretty quickly, like get pretty comfy. Yeah.
And I could see how that's the phase, right? Like you said, do it right at the beginning. You're most energetic. You maybe even have a level of adrenaline going because you're like, I probably just had some coffee and I had my breakfast and I'm thinking about all these things like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have eaten that. I feel bloated. I feel this, I feel that. But you're like, okay, let's get into it. And it's just like all those thoughts have to instantly either go away or you just waste all this time. So it's a lot easier to do it that way, I think, because you don't have the time to think about it. You're committed. So.
Yeah. And maybe that's what I need to just like rush people into it and be like, oh, we're doing this. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Some people will be like, no, I need my time. And it's like, it's so much better if you don't. Otherwise you're going to stand like you're cliff jumping and look over and scare yourself out of it.
Well, and I think when I first started shooting boudoir, it was like, we'll work up to it. And it's like, well, at every step, you're just scared of what's coming next. And it's like,
whereas you look awkward in all the clothes pictures.
Yeah. Whereas if you just like jump in head first, it's like, oh, okay, you get comfortable and then it's like, oh, now I'm putting this on. Oh, now I'm putting this. And at every step, you're just feeling.
This is the atmosphere to be comfortable in it because it feels safe and there was not a single point where I was like questioning whether this was like something appropriate for me to be doing or anything like that. It was just purely nervous in the sense of like, what if I'm not good at it and I'm disappointed in myself more of the thing, not necessarily like, should I be concerned that I'm just so comfortable being, seen like this in strangers' eyes?
Well, and that everybody goes through that experience because I think people show up and they are, even if they're terrified, and especially if they're terrified, they're thinking like, there's no way. And I try and tell them, trust me, I know you're terrified of this. You're going to be fine in 10 minutes. And they're looking at me like, I don't know you. I've never met you before.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
exactly.
I'm going to waste it's going to take longer explaining to you that you're going to be fine. And we just start shooting and it's wild seeing how quick. And I think it's because I'm not taking people into my basement and like, come here, girl. Like,
no, you walk in and the whole set is so elegant and you're just like, wow, I can lay on this bed. This is a beautiful chair. Like literally everything that's set is for the comfort too.
Right.
It's beautiful. It's comfortable. It's one of those things where it's just like you walk in and it feels comfortable. So that helps. No, kudos to you because it's one of those things where it's just like you look around and you're like, yeah, all these props are very cute. They're, they make me feel, it feels good to be on this bed. It feels good to be next to this type of prop or whatever you want to call it. And I think it's just a level of comfort that you don't even have to worry about. You don't have to worry about them getting past everything they're going to be taking pictures with or on. That's already covered. It was like, well, we were all just comfortable at the point where you were like, okay, so now we're going to go into this. And I was like, it wasn't even a thought. It was like, oh, so this is just the part where you get comfortable. You either do it now or you don't at all. So it was like, this is normal. Just go with it. Don't make it weird.
Yeah, and I guess I guess somebody could make it weird, and I think because I'm so used to it, sometimes if somebody comes and they're just really freaking out, then like I'll take that on. I'm like, oh, whoa, I'm nervous now.
Yeah.
But there is like sometimes look at people who are nervous, and then like 15 minutes into it, like maybe they'll see a photo and you just see them like, oh, that's what we're doing, and they see it and they click, and then just like the hair comes out, but you were comfortable like right off the bat. You were like, this is gonna be fine.
Yeah, I think it was just like the cue of it was like there's all